Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to The Lead. I'm Jake Tapper. We're going to begin today with some breaking news in our national lead. Deadly gunfire on a college campus. It started with a report of an active shooter. Then, of course, the inevitable lockdown. Scenes such as this one. Students using equipment, classroom equipment, to barricade themselves into the room, posting photographs on social media as police fanned out across the 400-acre UCLA campus, soon announcing that they had found 2 people dead. Let's bring in CNN correspondent Stephanie Elam. She's at UCLA. Stephanie, is the threat to public safety now over?
Yes, that's what we understand now, Jake. In fact, we were standing out here as students started returning to campus. It was very much deserted for most of the morning as police were searching for potential other people on the loose who may be shooting. And now what we understand is that it was a murder-suicide that happened in an office inside the building that you see behind me here, Engineering 4 on UCLA's campus. It happened around 10 o'clock in the morning local time. This happened. The campus wasn't reopened again until about 12:15 or 12:30 or so people now just coming back out and finding out. But the police chief saying that this murder-suicide was contained, but out of an abundance of caution, they were searching through the rest of campus to make sure that there was no other threat. But we do know that it was 2 adult men that lost their lives by gunshot wounds here in this building behind us. Still not clear who these men are or why this murder-suicide happened, but obviously a very tense time for these UCLA students as they're heading into finals. I talked to one student. He said he was concerned about what was going on campus, but he was more concerned about missing out on his finals. So many of these students getting close to graduation next Friday, so they were concerned. But at this point, I can tell you that classes here for the rest of the day are canceled, and they are expected to resume tomorrow, Jake.
All right, Stephanie Elam on the scene. Thank you so much. Now to our politics lead. Brand new details today.
Hi, everybody. My name is Mike. This is my YouTube page, Mox News. Thanks for tuning in. Hey, I just needed to say this about this. Looking at this last story, and you're seeing that they say there's a suicide note found at the scene of the shooting. That means that they knew from the start that this was a murder-suicide. They knew that there's nobody walking down the halls of campus with a shotgun, except for the cops themselves. And yet they keep these kids, you know, young adults or students, however you want to put it, and employees of the college on lockdown, terrified that, you know, what's going to happen what happened at Sandy Hook is happening here now. Oh my God. You know, they have to put their hands up. You guys are being trained. You're being groomed to act a certain way, to completely submit. This is just, you know, this overwhelming response. The FBI's on the scene. There's just cops swarming UCLA, every direction. They know it's a murder-suicide. They know nobody's walking down the hallways. There's no reports of people walking down the hallway with shotguns, shooting people. They can look around and see it's not happening. There's no evidence of anything outside this one little contained murder-suicide. And you see them. They're like putting a line of students on their knees. Terrorized kids. Terrorized kids. Gotta hold their hands up high. Gotta get down on your knees and let some fucking pig grope you. You see those girls in the short shorts? I bet that cop couldn't wait to fucking make sure they don't have any weapons concealed. You know what I'm saying? It's not right. They're playing psychological mindfuck games with your children because they can. Because the LAPD wants to know everybody to be trained to understand who's in charge. And it ain't you with your damn freedom. You don't have that anymore. We're in charge. We do what we say. Anyways, I just felt the need to comment on that because that's what I'm seeing here. That's what I'm seeing is this ugly, disgusting police state training your children to submit over and over in the high schools, in elementary schools. They do these drills, you know. Oh, everybody evacuate, hands up. Get down on your knees, let me grope your ass. Yeah, I bet he could not wait to make sure those girls didn't have any concealed weapons. He seemed to get on that pretty quick, you know. Well, here, let me, yeah, no. Okay, good. It's not right. And you should be disgusted to the point of, you know, these cops and whoever it is that's directing him to act this way needs to be locked up to protect your children. Because these cops won't hesitate to shoot your children if they act out or go a step out of line or whatever. Or not just shoot them, arrest them and ruin their lives. Drop a sack of weed on them, drop a sack of cocaine on them. We watched the Seattle cops drop a gun at the scene of a shooting the other day, right? That's not national news, is it? Nobody saw it here on Mox News. Okay. Again, my name's Mike. This is my YouTube page. I'll do what I want on it. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you're finding something of value here. I really need your help to continue doing this. Mox News has survived now for 10 years solely on donations from good people like yourself. So if you can find it in your heart to give a little something back, put a little something in my bowl, there's a clickable link in the text body of this video. Right below the video, it says, Mox News needs your help to continue. Click here, and it takes about 2 minutes to put a little something in my bowl, and I appreciate it every single time you guys do. So you know, because without you, I wouldn't be here. So thanks for that. Thanks. Stay cool. One of these days, this war is going to end. But it's up to you and I to make it happen.
Compassion stirred the Buddha to send his monks out into the community. Sworn to chastity and poverty, they wandered the roads, bringing the Buddha's teachings into the world. Go forth, monks, for the happiness of the many, out of compassion for the world. There are beings whose eyes have little dust on them, who will perish if they do not hear the teaching. But if they hear the teaching, they will gain liberation.
The monks exist by begging. We think of begging as kind of a bad thing. Begging in this tradition is a good thing. It's a sign of spiritual purity.
You're not allowed to beg tomorrow's lunch today. Only today's lunch. Then you can't eat from noon until dawn the next day. Then you have to go out and get another lunch. And then in exchange for lunch, you give a lecture. Unless they say we don't want to hear about it, then you don't. But that's the only thing but that forces you to interact with the lay community.
And if you're not serving them, if you're not doing something useful for them, they won't put anything in your bowl, and that will be the end of your community.